with Eli from Inhaler in studio. It is out there for people to check out. It won't always be like this. The debut album. Are you delighted?
Absolutely delighted. Delighted.
Is that even a word?
Delighted to be here, Fergal.
Let's go to the album, right? This is a brilliant title for the album because this is your opener song. You wrote this when you were 16.
Yes.
Originally called 540.
Yes, which is forever tattooed on the...
Rob's arm.
Yeah, Rob's arm, yeah. Which is probably an Instagram page or something.
Yeah, but this is a song that you've reworked and it's a coming of age.
Yeah, it is. And, I mean, we haven't changed the lyrics. We haven't touched any of that. It was just, I think we wanted to give it a bit of facial hair, as we have grown facial hair since we were 16. And also, we just sound different live. We just wanted to make it feel like you were at an Inhaler gig. And, up to date, I think, is the word to use.
Yeah, that is a really important word to use because when all this lockdown thing happened, you guys, you went from being quite young to becoming adults straight away, having to move off to London together. Tough decisions were made there. You've been frantically touring for 2 years. It was album time and you had a load of gigs on. Next thing, Glastonbury's gone, all the gigs are gone. So you guys made the mature decisions kind of saying, well, look, let's get together, let's quarantine together and let's do this. Let's make this album.
It wasn't as easy as that though. I think, at first it was like really, people forget, but at the beginning of the pandemic, we didn't know if we were ever going to play gigs again, what the story was.
Was it going to go on for 10 years?
Yeah, exactly. So I think we were all just really down and then we just kind of said, well, the only thing we can do is work on the music. That's the only thing we could control. We just hunkered down, wrote a bunch of tunes over lockdown and then got together in the summer and did it in London. It was tough to get inspired, I have to say. It was because a lot of the days were like Groundhog Day, same thing on repeat over and over again.
Can I just say, from listening to the album, it really shows a slight shift in sound because you guys are so used to playing live, but you've incorporated that into the songs with the energy. But there's also the mid-tempo in there, which is a great asset and addition to your album. And I like that. I like that sound of some of the songs.
Too.
Yeah. So we had Totally, brilliant acoustic version of that. The whole album, to me, there's songs left off, as I said before, Ice Cream Sunday, Falling In.
I know. Rob is, he's going to kill me for saying this, but he wanted that on the album. I did as well, but I think that song felt like it was in its own era, if you get me.
Yeah.
Like we'd left it before lockdown and we just felt like it belonged there, but it is a great tune and we're definitely going to play it live.
Two songs I love. A Night on the Floor, the album version, is astounding.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
It's really good. It's A Night on the Floor, really, really, really good. And the other one, of course, is In My Sleep, which is your homecoming song, last song on the album. This is the song that you play when you're kind of like, we're going back to Ireland, boys.
Yeah. Or we're going backstage to have a pint.
Yeah,
that sort of thing.
Take this moment, I'll meet you there.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that. So listen, how has it all been? The response has been brilliant. You're going to have a special intimate album show that's happening on the 11th of December in Workman's. If anyone wants to get their hands on tickets for that, gigsandtours.co.uk is where they'll find it. But you also have the tour coming up in Ireland. So are you looking forward?
Man, can't be looking forward enough. I think if we were looking forward anymore, we'd be falling over. Really excited. It's half our job. I think doing music and being in the studio and doing all that is so rewarding when you get to the end of it, but it's a longer payoff. I think gigs are it's kind of what keeps you going.
And I couldn't agree with you more. Speaking of which, you're going to play a track for us now from the new album. This is the acoustic version of Totally from It Won't Always Be Like This and Inhaler on TodayFM.
Totally blind, you are totally deaf. When I ask for a smoke, you've only got one left. Yeah, we talk until the sun comes up, but still can't relate. Same song over again. Don't turn it up, I don't wanna hear it. I said, why does it hurt me so much? tell me why does it hurt me so much? I could be totally mad, you could be going insane. Yeah, I say you live in a dream, you say I'm empty and vain. And then the sun comes up, I know what you're gonna say, that after all this time I'm not yours, you're not mine. Still sitting here and I don't wanna leave. I said, why does it hurt me so much? Oh, tell me why does it hurt me so much? If I could, I would take full control of it all. You know you don't even mean that much, so why you cannot just let go? Oh, tell me why. Or maybe I'll never know. So tell me why does it hurt me so much? Oh, tell me why does it hurt me so much?
I've always said this about Inhaler because I've seen you guys live quite a few times. I think that that's where you live and belong, is on stage. You are a phenomenal live band.
Thank you, sir.
The chemistry is there. The haircuts are ridiculous. I mean, I have to say this, like, you know, from going from Josh to, God only knows what Rob is going on. I'm going to say he's going for some sort of Shane Byrne mullet at the moment.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Ryan, comparing them to the photos that are on at Inhaler Dublin Instagram, if you want to check it out, the photos of him back in the Wes in 2015 compared to now, the full-grown mane of hair that he has.
I think he should cut it all off and go back to Wes hair.
Yeah, but this could be a tragedy waiting to happen if the drumsticks got caught, or, you know.
Exactly. It's an accident waiting to happen. I always tell him this.
You're a band very much so with your own personality. You're very much so a unique sounding band. I don't know, is there any other bands I would compare you to? And I think that's a great thing.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting one for us because we love pop music. I guess like pop music in the traditional sense of like the Beatles and like kind of older bands. Our version of pop music wouldn't really sit well on the radio these days, like mainstream stuff like that. So it's a weird kind of balance. We don't know if we're pop or if we're not. We've managed to do okay so far, so we'll keep going that direction and see what happens.
It's funny looking at your past, like, you know, playing gigs back in school before Josh joined the band, playing It Smells Like Teen Spirit, and then kind of going, oh yeah, you know, we're done with that passage, and then you find the Stone Roses, Blossoms, Joy Division, you know, New Order, like that. But even the synth sounds are on your music too as well, like, you know, so I think that's healthy to have those influences there. But I think what has happened here, being in lockdown, you just locked yourselves up together and said, well, look, let's just write something and see where it takes us. And I think that's the beauty of an original band, is that they will actually say, look, let's create our own sound. And that is very much so on this record.
I think if we had come off tour and gone straight into recording the album and it had all gone to plan, I don't think we'd have as strong as an album, being honest. Being in lockdown and being away from crowds, being away from other influences, just being by ourselves and just talking to our producer, we ended up writing a lot more mid-tempo stuff, pushing our music a little bit more in directions that we wouldn't have, mainly to the use of drum machines. and not being able to play together, which we then realised was a bit of a struggle to get right in the studio. But
let's actually talk about that for a minute now. So what a lot of people don't know is that Inhaler for a long time operated in you record your different parts separately over Zoom and things like this, which was that was horrendous.
Listen, obviously you can't sit there and play guitar with each other over Zoom, which is what we love to do. You can just play music and then you can talk about it. And for us, that just wasn't very engaging. We like to be in the room so we can be like, oh no, play this note. And then you run over to the guitar and press, this note here and like that kind of thing. So it's more physical and spontaneous. I think Zoom just kind of allowed us to show each other ideas and get thinking about the album, but it didn't really allow us to kind of create.
I think what it did do is it gave you the motivation to actually go, what do we have to do to get this album out there?
Yeah.
And it's out there. It is out, ladies and gentlemen. It won't always be like this. Get your hands on it right now. Have to give a mention too as well, if you can, get your hands on the cassette copy, because the artwork on there is absolutely fabulous. From one and only Noel Fielding, the Mighty Boosh. That is astounding. So how did this come about?
Well, I think it was me. I was a massive Mighty Boosh fan when I was a kid, and I think I said to the lads at one point, wouldn't it be great if we got Noel Fielding to do a version of like photos of us for the front of the album? And this is a long time ago. We kind of just kept the idea in the back of our heads, and then obviously I don't think the label would be up for, mangled versions of our faces on the covers.
It's wonky and bonkers.
And So we just decided to kind of put it as a special version, and our producer managed to have his phone number. He was like, oh yeah, I've met him a couple of times. You know what? I'll just give him a ring. I'll just ask him. We were like, no way he's going to do that. And he just replies being like, yeah, beauty. I'll have it for you next week.
Yeah, and if you check it out, it's all, as I said, at Inhaler Dublin. You can see him holding it up and the whole lot. And it's a special moment. I love when a marriage like that happens, because it makes it more important to everyone involved. Listen, it has been a pleasure having you in. You're going to do a cover version for us now of Sam Fender's Saturday.
Yes.
Big fan of Sam.
Yes. I think, not to blow smoke up his, but I think he's brilliant songwriter, brilliant lyricist. Yeah, very special one in our generation. It's just nice to see that he writes all his own material and it all comes from him, and he's just a very genuine dude. And this is a great song, so...
Eli, thank you so much for visiting me today. Just whilst you get set up, if anyone wants to check out Inhaler, do check out their dates online. You will see they're going to be playing on the 15th of December in Dolan's in Limerick, 16th of December, Cypress Avenue, 17th of December in Killarney in the INEC, and then, of course, the big run from the 19th all the way up to the 22nd, 4 nights in the Academy, promises to be absolutely golden. This is Eli from Inhaler performing Saturday by Sam Fender on TodayFM.
Overtired, overworked, underpaid, under pressure. Always tying up loose ends. The unchained melody, out of tune remedy for the weekend. To cure the weekday blues. Raise my heart rate, inflate my pupils, give me something. Just to smoothen off the edge. Call me dumb, call me scum, call me plain and simple. As I'm holding on for this. And if Saturday don't come soon, I'm gonna lose my mind. And if Saturday don't come soon, I'm gonna lose my mind. Inhabitable house, skin living like an animal. How they try to dig my hole. Black mold on the wall, must have made 1,000 calls to get it sorted. But my landlord hates my soul. No power can zero out, making someone rich who will never understand what it's like down here. Raise my beer, if Saturday don't come soon, I'm gonna lose my mind. If Saturday don't come soon, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Wow. I felt like I was literally sitting across from Jeff Buckley there. But that is Eli from Inhaler. The brand new album is out now. It won't always be like this. Get your hands on it. Cannot recommend it enough.